Hey, what's up, you guys? So today I am bringing you another movie breakdown. This movie is named Bigfoot, and it's made by a gentleman named Bruce Davidson. Bruce Davison, and it was made in 2012. From what I understand, this movie has about a budget of 37 USD and was aired in China under the name of King Kong 3. But after its box office fail, it got turned into a television movie. So that's how we know that it's going to be golden. Now, if you'd like to gander on over to the original channel to watch this movie, I'll go ahead and put the link down in the description below so that then you can go ahead and enjoy your hearts out. Now, the CGI in this movie compared to the wonderful shit show that Mr. Mark Polonia brought us is 10 million times better. This is an actually enjoyable movie. Like this bear right here. Mind you, not the greatest CGI, but we can still tell that it's a bear. Winnie the Pooh gets absolutely murked like he's one of Chris Kyle's targets. After this, we get to see our first look at Bigfoot, and seems a little pissed off about this gentleman killing that bear. We'll see about the gore in this movie, but so far it is a one Jared Leto out of a Derek Jeter. But, an absolute big but. The funniness of these kills make this movie amazing. So, who cares about the gore rating on this movie? It is fucking hilarious with the kills. We transition over to this small town in South Dakota called Deadwood, which is where we're introduced to our bad guy, whose name is Harley, and he's a radio show host.
All night ride with the one, the only, Harley Henderson.
Harley's getting ready for an 80s rock festival that he's throwing on. And it's happening, by damn it, whether there be rain, snow, hail, or whatever, or sunshine. Harley meets with the construction crew and says that he needs to extend the festival area by a little bit, but he needs it done in 2 days. He justifies this by saying that if the festival goes well, the mayor will get the police force back together, which I don't fully understand that, but okay, I guess.
If he says he's going to get the police back together, we're going to need all sorts of different trailers, which means we got 2 days to clear all those trees over there.
Some tree huggers led by this gentleman named Simon come up and chain themselves to the bulldozers. Simon's all pissed off about the trees being removed and everything for this festival happening, so he's pretty much like the Lorax, but in human form. We meet the mayor, who says apparently there's supposed to be 5,000 people here, which, if we remember in the first bit, Bigfoot may not be the biggest fan of that idea.
We're expecting over 5,000 people. Now, the town needs it. Everybody needs it.
We learn that apparently Simon and Harley were bandmates back in the day, but obviously no more. Now they're mortal enemies. Simon yells about the bigger picture, and then Harley's dudes just take off with the people chained to the bulldozers. One of the sheriffs shoots her gun off in the air, and then Harley and Simon get into a fight, and Harley does the typical early 2000s era, "I fucked your mom" joke, and yeah, he does that a lot in this movie. So Simon gets arrested, even though he didn't antagonize anything. It was all Harley. But yeah, Simon gets arrested. We cut over to the forest where a gentleman's smoking a cigarette. Well, he tosses it out in the forest, and as we know, Bigfoot doesn't like that.
No. Wait. Wait.
Bigfoot smacks the shit out of our Siggy boy, and he gets launched all the way to the feet of our deforesting crew. I also don't know how they didn't even notice Siggy Boy getting home runned out of the forest. One of the crew members tries to call Harley to let him know that Bigfoot's there, but it doesn't work, and the entirety of the crew dies. A massive forest fire breaks out, and then the fire crew just appears there. I'm going to give the film the benefit of the doubt and say that this is a few hours in the future. The fire chief shows Harley a massive footprint that he found from Bigfoot, but Harley doesn't believe that it's real and says that the show must go on.
And most importantly, the show will go on.
We cut over to a couple in an RV, and, well, they die, but it gives us a wonderful look at how big Bigfoot actually is. The Bigfoot in this film is so big that he easily just tosses this RV off this mountain. Some evidence of Bigfoot gets shown to a detective, apparently, and, well, she doesn't believe it. The mayor threatens to shut down the music festival, and then out of the blue, the mayor tells Harley that he needs to take care of Simon, but legally. I don't understand that part at all.
You're killing me.
You kill the forest, you kill Bigfoot. And the deer, and the bear, and all the wildlife.
And Peter Pan, too.
Peter Pan never harmed anyone, unless they deserved it.
Harley goes to talk with Simon, and they reminisce about old times. And then Harley somehow convinces Simon to sing in the festival, like old times. And then Harley also says that after the festival, once it's finished, he and his crew will plant as many trees as they possibly can. The weather decides that it'll be like how it's been in my home state of Ohio, just absolutely off its rocker. So it looks like Harley was right. The show will go on. I was a little confused because I thought that Simon was still locked up, but apparently he's not. Apparently that's all taken care of. And he's there at the show, and he says that his fans will have his back. No matter what, they will show up. Anyway, the show starts up, and, well, it looks like there are about 40 people there. Definitely not the 5,000 that the mayor said that would be there.
Sometimes you feel like crying.
Simon talks about a little bit of tree hugging, and then he sings a song. And then out of the blue, it just cuts over to Harley talking with Alice Cooper. Like, how did they get Alice Cooper in this film?
What is this, a hootenanny?
Alice, it is not my fault that this guy sucks.
Sucks, that's being generous.
Harley cuts off Simon's mic a bit early, which ends up creating a whole bunch of feedback, which pisses off Bigfoot. Simon gets mad at Harley for cutting his show off a bit early, but who the hell cares? Because Alice Cooper just starts rocking. Also, remember this film having a budget of $37? Well, I looked up Alice Cooper's booking fees, and it looks on average for about 30 minutes, $150K. Upwards of a full-on show that is $300K. So he must have owed someone a favor, because how else did they get him in this movie? Chick tries to go pee in the woods, and, well, we already know that that is a no-no for Bigfoot.
No.
Bigfoot home runs the chick over some rent-a-shitters, destroys the festival, and fucking annihilates Alice Cooper.
Come on and get me! Come on!
Bye, have a great time.
3 days pass. Then we learn that the National Guard has shown up in Deadwood, South Dakota. The mayor questions Harley to see if he knew about Bigfoot before starting the preparation for this festival. But Harley denies everything, but the mayor doesn't believe him and still blames Harley for Bigfoot's appearance. Harley says that Bigfoot could possibly help the quiet town of Deadwood, But last time I checked, he kind of just got more pissed off and just destroyed shit. We cut back to Simon with a whole bunch of protesters yelling about wanting to save Bigfoot.
As a matter of fact, I do have something to say. In times of tragedy, it's natural to be angry. And we should be angry. If it weren't for the greed of Harley Henderson and the negligence of Mayor Gillis.
Simon gets interviewed and blames the deaths and destruction of the town on Harley and the mayor. He thinks that we should love and respect Bigfoot, but in all reality, he punted Alice Cooper into oblivion. Nah, that guy's toast. So you know what that means. Simon somehow turns this saving Bigfoot into a running for mayor campaign. I genuinely don't know how that works out, but it happens in the movie. During the interview from before, we learn that Simon and his crew have gathered a whopping $275,000, which is insane to think of because I didn't really put this as a full national tragedy in the movie, but apparently in the movie it's a national tragedy. So I'm guessing that that's how they were able to get that much money. A little bit of a side note. The town of Deadwood, South Dakota is known for its main role in the gold rush, which I can see how that can tie into American cryptids, but sad to say, that does not find its way into the movie, which I thought would have been really cool. Like they could have found a stash of money that was like haunted by Bigfoot, which pissed him off even more, but that's how like Simon got his $275K. We cut over to some guy just absolutely murking a mountain lion, which turns out his name is Al, and he's been hired by Harley to help us hunt Bigfoot. A group of friends set out on a raft to go find Bigfoot and try to capture some footage of him. In turn, Bigfoot finds them and absolutely destroys our friend group.
Come again.
I'll be honest, at this point in the movie, I needed a little bit of a break. So I went and found my cat Max and gave him some pets. Now that we're back, one of the tree hugger chicks gets arrested, and then Simon comes to her aid and bails her out just by tossing a wad of cash down under the counter. I don't know where he got this cash from. I'm guessing that he took it from the fundraiser, though.
That's enough, right?
I don't usually keep a bail's worth of money on me, but, you know, I'm also not as rich as our nice, suave gentleman Simon here. We cut over to Simon's house, and we get to witness him getting a delivery of tranquilizers to take down Bigfoot.
Yeah, another delivery. Second today.
Uh-oh, looks like we got a few Fed boys spying on Simon and his crew, seeing what they're doing. Harley meets up with Al to go try to find Bigfoot. And during this, the sheriffs are talking about how Bigfoot being in Deadwood can affect business in Mount Rushmore, which I don't even know why they're concerned about that, because Mount Rushmore is in Keystone, and Keystone is about 46.8-ish miles away from Deadwood, South Dakota. Harley and Al's crew end up finding Bigfoot, and they pop a few shots off at him, but that doesn't end well. One guy gets absolutely twisted in half by Bigfoot, and then the rest just die.
Oh my God!
We cut back to Harley and Al in Al's RV. And then it's around midnight or so it looks like, and Harley decides that that is a wonderful time to call up the mayor and try to convince him that Bigfoot would be an amazing tourist attraction and they should use that for Deadwood's popularity. His argument is that Mount Rushmore did that with a rock, so they can do that with Bigfoot, which doesn't really seem that safe, judging by the fact that he's like absolutely murked a whole shit ton of people. Somehow the mayor agrees that this is the only option for Deadwood to make Bigfoot the new national tourist attraction. One of our Fed boys ends up stealing the tranquilizers from Simon and his crew. One of the tree hugger chicks comes back with a map, and they've been able to pinpoint some areas on where they think Bigfoot is chilling like the villain that he absolutely is.
Walt said that most of it happened here, with 2 of the victims found further upstream here.
That's perfect. We know where Bigfoot is.
No thoughts, empty.
Simon and his crew go out to look for Bigfoot. In doing so, they end up running into one of the sheriff chicks who tell them to go home.
Sweetheart, it'll all work out in the end.
Simon, go home.
I don't think so, pal.
The group ends up finding a Bigfoot print, and, well, they go off to go find Bigfoot, and they leave a few chicks back to do a bit of research on this footprint that they found.
Oh, holy moly, look at that!
Judging by the size of this footprint, it looks to be about 6 feet long, which, taking the average 6 foot tall male shoe size, which is about 12 inches, that makes the foot size about 1/6 of the size. So 6 times 6 is 36 last time I checked, which makes Bigfoot really tall. The average Bigfoot foot size is about 15 inches, which makes him about a foot-ish taller than the gentle giant himself, Shaq. One of the footprint research chick runs off to go grab supplies to go cast this footprint, which gives Bigfoot the ample opportunity to flatten our other research chick. Simon and the sheriff and the other chick go off and find Bigfoot's cave, which has a whole bunch of animal carcasses all over. They end up hearing the chicks screaming at the footprint and go back to go investigate. They end up finding Bigfoot and pop off a few shots at him. That doesn't do that well. And what I mean by it doesn't go that well is Simon's gun malfunctions, and that ends up with one of the chicks getting ripped in half by Bigfoot.
Oh, somebody took all the darts.
You lost your darts?
Harley and his Fed boys show up in a helicopter and end up shooting Bigfoot from said helicopter. Now you may be wondering, how did Harley find Simon? Well, turns out Harley actually put a tracker into Simon's coat. Mind you, too, this is the same coat that Simon has been wearing the entire film. So there wouldn't have been really any chance for Harley to shove a tracker in his pocket.
Probably one of his hunter friend's homing devices.
Simon and the sheriff race against Harley to see who will get to Bigfoot first, and then Bigfoot jumps out of nowhere and just KOs one of the helicopters.
Son of a bitch.
The sheriff almost wrecks into another cop car, and then Bigfoot throws a cop car into one of the other helicopters. The sheriff tases Simon, pulls him out of the car, and then out of the blue, just a tank shows up out of nowhere and shoots at Bigfoot and catches him on fire. Now, as you see in that clip, tanks don't just catch stuff on fire. Our Mr. Biggest of Feet here would have been obliterated into a billion pieces. It cuts over to the town, and it looks like they are preparing for an absolute war.
He'll respect us. As we speak, the National Guard is mobilizing across Deadwood, heavily armed and with orders to kill.
Like, why do they need that many Humvees and tanks there? Like, Humvees, understandable. Tanks, not that understandable. Harley and Simon run into each other at a bar, and, well, Harley makes the typical, I fucked your mom joke, as he usually does. And then Simon gets pissed off and breaks a guitar over Harley's back, and then they get into a big old tussle and end up getting kicked out of the bar. The sheriffs look on some maps, and they have definitively found where Bigfoot is hiding. They start heading to this cave, and now I don't know why my brain did this, but I kept on seeing this 206 area code all over the place, and I had to look it up. And it turns out they didn't even film this film in, like, Deadwood, South Dakota.
No, no, no!
They filmed it in Seattle, Washington. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt to the film and Mr. Bruce Davison, and hoping that all the B-roll footage that we see in this film is of Deadwood, South Dakota. The sheriffs call the National Guard to let them know that they think that they found where Bigfoot's staying. And then we just cut over to Bigfoot destroying a town sign of Rapid City, which is 42-ish miles away from Deadwood, South Dakota. And the time frame of this video makes it seem like Bigfoot had to have had a portal or a Stargate or something like that just to appear there. I woke up in a new Bugatti. Bigfoot jumps around and destroys some cars, and then he portal teleports back closer to where our sheriff and all of the friends are. A whole bunch of rednecks end up chasing Bigfoot, and then for some reason the sheriff decides to catch her squad car on fire, which results in the older sheriff dying. The military shows up and ends up planting a whole bunch of TNT in the area. Simon and his friends end up having to sneak around the National Guard in order to get to Bigfoot's sleepy place. Harley and Al just walk up and try to get in through the roadblock, but they aren't allowed. But somehow they get through. I'm guessing it is Harley's smooth voice. The chick who's with Simon and the sheriff gets absolutely fucking blasted in the neck and then yells, "I'm okay." I ended up watching the end 20 minutes of this movie with my good friend Grumpy. So in the clips that I show of this movie, if you hear me and him reacting to it, that's our live reaction. Al gets gunned down by the military, and then Simon's friend gets absolutely just unalived.
Are they not worried about Bigfoot? Oh, there he goes.
We cut to a tour happening at Mount Rushmore, and then Bigfoot just appears behind the tour. And judging by how they have him sized in this frame, he looks to be about the same size as Mount Rushmore. They steal some YouTube footage of a tank rolling in. Bro, they brought in the whole military.
No, that tank footage isn't even from this movie. Look at the tank footage. That's just a YouTube video of a tank driving around. You look at like the rest of it compared to the tank. That's not the same camera. No, but like he just straight up stole that footage on YouTube and put it in.
With Grumpy realizing the stupidity of this movie, we continued on.
Can't see him? So you had to get that close? Brother, what in the... Why am I watching this?
We go to a scene where a helicopter is absolutely unloading on Bigfoot, but our footy man throws a car and destroys the helicopter. I almost said tank there. I don't know why. Bigfoot wrecks the sheriff's helicopter, and as you can tell by our reactions, Grumpy and I thought that these guys just died.
Bruh! Oh, now he's alive. What the fuck? I thought he was dead.
At this point, Grumpy was hoping for a miracle.
Kurt Cobain POV.
But that didn't come. Simon flies in on a glider and tries to stop Harley from murking Bigfoot.
What is the plan?
I don't really know.
Oh, God.
So that was the plan.
He crashed?
Apparently. Harley and Simon get into a little bit of a tussle, and then Harley ends up slipping off of Mount Rushmore. And Simon comes to his aid, and well, this happens. Oh no, he's shooting.
Oh, he got over there quick.
Oh shit. Okay, okay.
It's like a family reunion. I wish your mother were here.
God, dude, he always brings up fucking Simon's mom. I don't know why.
I fucked your mom, shit lips.
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Fucking Harley died! Oh God, they fucking destroyed the face of Mount Rushmore.
They killed Abraham Lincoln in the head again.
Oh my God. John Wilkes Booth returned again. That's right. They absolutely John Wilkes Booth 2.0 poor Lincoln. And then a memorial statue is put up for Simon and Harley, and the movie ends. Yeah, that's about it.
They put Bigfoot on Mount Rushmore, I'm gonna scream.
They're gonna put Harley and fucking Simon's face up there.
Oh my God.
Oh my fucking God.
I don't know how to process any of that, to be honest with you. That was such an abrupt ending.
Oh,
Yeah, you could almost make a page out of every scene if you really wanted to.
exactly. This movie was overall pretty enjoyable, and it had its funny moments and quirks about it, so that definitely made it tolerable compared to some of the other movies that I've watched. So I'd say if you want to go watch this movie, check out the description below, and the link will be there. But as always, that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.
I don't even like rap, but I'm a fucking rap star. I came up out the trash can, how the fuck I make it that far? And you can hate my music, cause I hate that shit too.